Hello everyone, welcome to Crafting with the Crafty Chick, and thank you so much for joining me today. And we are on to our next and last project for this month. This one is a Christmas card that we're going to be doing, and I used several different Stampin' Up! Products for this one. And this is a Crafty Chick original. And so here, this beautiful tree with the tree overlay is from the In the Pine bundle, which is in the holiday catalog on page 43. And then this DSP right here is from the Heartwarming Hugs DSP, which is just beautiful. All different colors, different patterns, and they are double-sided. So you get, if you don't like one, you can use another. Just beautiful paper pack. Lots of options and a lot of green with Mossy Meadow and Old Olive and Pear Pizzazz. Beautiful, beautiful. Real red, and I think there's even Granny Apple. I think. I could be wrong. But so we're using this DSP, which is this one right here on our card. And that is on page 9 in the holiday catalog. And then the sentiment is from the Wrapped in Christmas stamp set, which we've used for several of our projects this month. So it's the most wonderful time of the year. And then there is a, let me take this out so you're not getting that shine from my light. There we go. And then you have this is a die that is in the annual catalog, and it comes from the Ornate Border dies, and that is on page 66, and I will show you guys that really quick. So page 66. And so we have the Ornate Garden Suite, and so there's an Ornate Thanks and an Ornate Style. The Ornate Thanks is the one that has that die to make that scallop with the holes. It die cuts the holes as well. And so that is what I use for both the top and the bottom of our project. It's from this bundle. And that's on page 66 in the catalog, annual catalog. And then I also used adhesive sheets that are in the annual catalog. And basically what that does is it allows you to turn anything to a sticker. And so we have our tree. So the green is one die, and then the white overlay, I call it an overlay because you're putting it over the top, that is actually backed up to the adhesive sheet, which basically makes that a sticker. So you peel the backing away and stick it over the top of the tree so it looks like it's covered in snow. Really, really fun. Love the adhesive sheets. I use them a lot. And they're great for things like this where you don't want to glue, or if you have intricate dies with a lot of small spaces, backing it up to an adhesive sheet before you die cut it out is the way to go. Trust me, that's a crafty chick tip. Been around for a long time. I'm not the only one that's used that. And so our card, let me open it up here. And the inside our sentiment is, and this again is from that same stamp set, the Wrapped in Christmas, and let the joy of the season fill your heart. Okay, and this is our Crafty Chick original. And so we are going to go ahead and get started in putting our card together. Okay. Let me get out our pieces here. And then at the end of this project, we're going to put everybody's names in a jar, and we're going to draw for prizes. So I'll give you a sneak peek. I'll be nice. I'll give you a sneak peek. These are this month's prizes, so in keeping with the spirit of the season, no flakes. Winter is on its way. Winter has been here. So it's a winter snow embossing folder and a pack of the blue adhesive back gem. And so these are the two prize giveaways for this month, and we will draw names to see who the lucky winners are. Okay. And so our card, and I'll go through. So you have the die cut piece, which is just a solid outline. And then this is another die. Now, the only thing I wish Stampin' Up! Did was actually had this die nestle with this tree so you can cut them both out at the same time, but they do not. So if you have this set or you're thinking about getting this set, I recommend die cut the solid outline and then you die cut your overlay. And then you're gonna, so remember I backed this up to an adhesive sheet, so this is a sticker. So when we're ready, I will peel this backing away and stick it on here. So I don't have to worry about gluing it and getting glue all over my fingers, all over my project. So really, really cool. Okay, so we have our card base, and you want to make sure your folded edge is up at the top. And this is Old Olive, and this is 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. And then we have our DSP piece. This is from the Heartwarming Hug Suite. And this is 2 3/4 by 5.5. And then we have Mossy Meadow pieces. And you should have 2 in your kit because you're going to have one that goes across the bottom and one that goes across the top. And these pieces are 1 1/8 by 5.5. And then you have your real red pieces. And these are 3/4 inch by 5.5. And these are die cut out with the ornate style dies. So sometimes not all of the circled cuts get all the way punched out. So we're going to just go through it and poke them out with our paper piercer or your take your pick tool. And then we also have these stitched rectangle dies. And these are from, and these are in real red, from the stitched rectangle die framelit. And then we have our Stitch Shapes oval, and this comes from the Stitch Shapes framelits as well. And this is die cut in Whisper White. And the sentiment I stamped in real red, and the sentiment is from the Wrapped in Christmas stamp set. Okay, and then our Christmas tree. So our solid tree is Mossy Meadow, and then Whisper White for our overlay. Okay, and now we're ready to put our project together. Okay, so we're going to start by decorating the front of our card first. And so I found it's easy to turn your card to the side, make sure your fold, your score line, whatever you want to call it, is up at the top, the right hand side. And so I just found it's easier for me to line it up this way, so I can have even widths on both top and bottom of my card. And so now I'm going to actually turn it back around, and I'm going to tuck in my Mossy Meadow piece. So you just want enough showing so that there's some separation from the Old Olive green here and the Old Olive green there. And just eyeball it. It's whatever looks good to you. You can make it as, if you want to go in smaller and you just want a little strip of that, go for it. You're welcome to do that as well. Okay, bring that back up here. And that's about, I'm trying to keep even widths both top and bottom. And then you're going to come in, and I'm just going, so this die has a stitch line that goes, so I'm basically lining the top of my Mossy Meadow up to that stitch line. But before I stick this in there, I'm going to go ahead and poke out the rest of my holes. I forgot to do that. That's part of my prep before I do my videos. Okay, here we go. And they come out really quickly. I mean, it's nothing to get them punched out. But then you have all these little dots, which some people say, oh yeah, those are great for shaker cards. I just throw them away, and yes, surprise, surprise, I don't save these. I save a lot of things, but I don't save these little polka dots. They're very tiny. Knowing me, they would just get put in a little bag and probably put in either my scrap pile or my desk drawer, and I would forget about them. So I just throw them away. And sometimes they stand up on my floor, and yeah. Okay, so now I've got those all punched out, and I'm going to go ahead and throw these away. And they actually cling. There's like static cling because they will cling to your arm and your jacket, your sweater, whatever. Okay, so now I'll bring this back in. Now I'm going to line this back up. And there's a reason why we're doing it this way, is so you can gauge better on where you want these. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run glue right along my mossy meadow strips, which basically is securing my DSP down. And so I'm going at the bottom and the top. So basically that way that keeps those in place and I don't have to try to worry about lining them up again. And then we're going to turn this around and do the same thing on the other side. Everybody has a way of doing that, and I just found this is the best way that works better for me. So now my pieces are attached to my DSP. So I'm going to turn my card back around because my score line is up at the top. And I'm going to bring this back in. Center that onto my card base here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, so remember I'm going right up to that stitch line on the red piece. So what really is easy to do is you want to do this on both top and bottom because you want to try to maintain the even width on both top and bottom at the base of your card. And so I'm actually going to move this one down just a little bit. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to bring back this piece that we just glued down, and I'm going to put glue up toward the top and the bottom of the top piece and then lay that over, which secures the red die cut pieces to our DSP piece. It's just going to make it a whole lot easier to secure to our card. So I'm going to turn this around and do the same thing on the other side. Okay. And then you don't really have to worry so much about trying to get everything to line up. It just comes together so much quicker this way, I found. Okay, and so now everything is attached. So now we can attach this piece to our card base. Bring that in. Remember to have your even widths on both top and bottom. And the nice thing with the mono glue is that it gives you a little wiggle room to manipulate and move your pieces into place where you need them. There we go. And when you've got it right where you want it, go ahead and secure that down. Okay, and then there is that part done. Alright, so now we have our two stitched rectangle pieces, and so I'm going to turn my card again and I'm centering it with my grid paper, just trying to keep it in the center. Basically I am going in the center where this line is in the center. I am putting my rectangle right there in the center, and so I want to go ahead and glue that down. Let me secure that. And I'm going to turn our card around. Make sure your fold is up at the top. Now this part, because our tree is going to be over here. I wanted to carry this rectangle out, but you don't want this overlapping because then you're going to have that showing. Now, here's what we can do. We can still do that and have it overlap and cover it with our sentiment piece. Nobody would know. Or if you are up for the challenge, you can cut this a little shorter because our tree is going to cover the seam there. You won't be able to see. So I'm going to go ahead and cut mine, which is what I did on my project. So I need to cut it just about the same. You do want this piece to overlap this piece just a little bit if you go this route. And it's okay to have it overlap and you just cover it with your sentiment. Just know that it adds a little bit more weight to your card if that's a thing, if you're mailing this out. But I'm going to go just a little over this line and just cut that there. Okay, so now I'm going to take this piece and center that, and it's going to go over. So I'm going to glue this down. Center that. And I'm just lining that up to follow along this other rectangle. Okay. Remember, you're going to have a seam there, but it's okay because it's going to get covered up with our tree. So now we're going to take our tree, our overlay piece, very carefully. Remember, this is adhesive back, so it's like a sticker. You have a backing that you need to peel away, just like you're trying to apply a sticker. Usually, I have no trouble with getting it started up at the top of the tree, but it doesn't want to come off, so I'm going to come down here and try. Why is it these things always happen on the video? Never happens in real life when you're just crafting away. You can get it off. There we go. We got it. Okay, so just very carefully, you're going to peel that away. And now this is sticky, like a sticker. So I'm going to start with the top of my tree and line it up with the top of this. So it's easier to do this flat. And just kind of lining it up against the base of that tree. And it comes together pretty quickly here. There we go. Okay. Isn't that pretty? I love these. Okay, and now we want to put dimensionals on the back of our tree and also on the back of our sentiment piece. So I do 3 on here and I do 1, 2, 3, 4 on our tree. The 4 on our tree, and then we do 3 on our sentiment piece. Okay, and so now we're going to take our, oh, I forgot to peel these off. Peel away your dimensional backing. Okay, and if you cut your rectangle piece, you're going to have a seam line here. So basically what I'm doing is you want the stem of the tree trunk to be flush with the edge of your DSP piece. I just want to cover that seam line up. So I'm going to move it over just a little, so about right there. And now you can't even see that seam line. And secure that down. And then we're going to take our sentiment piece. Now if you have to use the full, both rectangles, and you have a seam line over here, you're going to cover that up with your sentiment piece. And secure that down. And then we have our inside liner piece. We're going to secure that down to our card. There we have our In the Pines Christmas tree card. Very, very fun. This would be another fun one to do multiples of. When I first started out doing this card, I had started with 2 of these trees, but I had staggered the other tree and I cut the trunk off so it was lower. But I couldn't get the rest of the card to flow the way I wanted it to. So in the end, we ended up with 1 tree, and I love that the 1 tree makes its own statement. Okay, so pulling this in. So here are the dimensions. And the Old Olive base is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And our DSP Heartwarming Hugs is 2 3/4 by 5.5. And our Mossy Meadow strips are 1 1/8 by 5.5. And our Real Red strips down here that we die cut out with the ornate style dies, those are 3/4 of an inch by 5.5. And then these are the stitched rectangle dies, and we use 2 of those. And the stitch shapes oval in Whisper White, sentiment stamped in Real Red from the Wrapped in Christmas stamp set. And the trees are from the In the Pine bundle. And the tree is Mossy Meadow and then Whisper White overlay. And this is another Crafty Chick original. So I think I'm going to be set for my holiday cards this year. Okay, this is the moment you all have been waiting for. It's time to find out who are going to be the lucky recipient for our prizes. Are we ready? Are you ready? I'm ready. Are you ready? Here we go. Here's our prizes that we're drawing for. It's the Winter Snow embossing folder and the blue adhesive back gem. So 2 prizes, 2 lucky winners. So I have my jar here, and I'm going to put everybody's names in here. So there's 8 of you that participate in kits. And so we're drawing 8 names. So I'm just showing you guys all your names are here, and so we're going to put them in. That one came open. Okay, and we're going to draw and see who wins. And as I said, next month, in the spirit of Christmas, I'm just giving away a little bit. You guys have all given a lot to me, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. It's your friendship, it's your love, it's your support, it's the fellowship, it's having crafting sisters, and just supporting me on this crafting journey of mine. And I love doing these little things to just say, hey, thank you, I appreciate you. So here we go. Are we ready? So I'm going to close this up and give it a shake, shake, shake. And we're going to draw. Okay, here we go. Are we ready? So the first one we're drawing for is the Winter Snow embossing folder. So I'm just covering up my hand so I can't see, and we grabbed one. Okay, who do we have? Donna S. Congratulations, you won the Winter Snow embossing folder. So I will make sure that this gets to you, Donna, so you're ready to go for your winter crafting project. Okay, we're going to draw now for the blue adhesive back gems. We're going to give our jar a shake, shake, shake. Sorry if anybody has motion sickness and that just like puts you over the top. I apologize. Okay, here we go. Draw a name, draw a name. Who do we have? Who do we have? Okay, let's see who is the lucky winner. Candy. So Candy, you have won blue adhesive back gems. Congratulations, you guys. And I will now get these videos uploaded and sent out so you guys can watch them. And let me know if you guys have any questions, any comments, if I can help you with placing an order, or if you have any questions about how to get some of these products. And If you know somebody that would be interested in doing these monthly kits and needs some creative care with crafting, let me know. Reach out to me. I do have a winter challenge coming up that it's called the Crafty Chicks Creative Care. And basically what it is, it's going to be 30 days of a challenge, one challenge a day of something for you to create, whatever I come up with on the chart. And some of it's going to be just small challenges, like make a card or send somebody a card, or, you know, organize your gems or something like that. It's something small that doesn't take a lot of time that you can do for yourself every day, but just taking that little bit of time for yourself to do a little something really just goes a long way, whether it's helping you get your stuff organized or making you take time for you, because let's face it, we all don't do that enough. You know who you are. Oh, I just did the finger point. You know who you are. That's all I'm going to say about that. Anyway, I thank you again for crafting with me. I love you. I miss you all. And thank you. I look forward to crafting with you next time. Bye-bye, guys.